The next question is directed at a comment Mr. Trump made during an outburst during the debates. He claimed that social media is not professional, but in the 2016 and the 2012 campaigns, social media has been the biggest part of a campaign in getting voters.
You know, I'd like to just say this on the record. Social media is a great way to express your thoughts. Excuse me, sir. Social media is a great way to express your thoughts on a variety of topics, but no, it is not professional. Social media is fun, even, but it's not professional. Listen to the words that I say at the podium. Take me by my actions as a leader, as a businessman, and next month as a president.
So your Twitter is just a way for you to vent. Is that what we're getting from this?
Entirely.
Okay.
As Hillary Clinton's Twitter is a way for her to vent, as your Twitter is a way for you to vent. Judge me by my actions. Thank you.
Okay. Trump has changed his mind on climate change. If he's changed his mind on that, what else could he change his mind on?
Well, I think it's only natural that as time moves on and different information becomes more available, that educated people would change their mind and adapt to what they have available to them. And I think that just shows that Mr. Trump is able to change and adapt and do what's best for the American people.
On the issue of climate change, Mr. Trump started his answer by saying that there are much more important issues. Was he trying to dodge the question, and if so, why?
He wasn't trying to dodge the question. He does believe that climate change is an important issue, and that's why he wants to address it through clean energy initiatives, focusing on the backbone of America, the coal industry. You know, just our neighbors next door in West Virginia have been severely impacted by the loss of this industry since 2016 has been the worst year for this industry since the 1970s. Therefore, he feels that in order to, as we move forward and address climate change, we need to focus on clean energy and clean coal.
All right, Trump has been very, let's say, harsh on the immigrant community. One thing many illegal immigrants do is not that they're able to vote, but they do pay income tax, something that Mr. Trump has apparently not done for decades. So immigrants are paying income tax and he isn't. Should they really be persecuted as much as they are being?
I don't think it's safe to say that we know that every illegal immigrant pays income tax, just like we don't know that every white-collar bureaucrat pays income tax. I don't really see the relevance between those two things.
And as Mr. Trump has stated, he is perfectly willing to release his tax returns as soon as Hillary Clinton releases her illegal emails.
Donald Trump was quoted saying that America's military is the biggest and the best, but he's also said it's also weak, and he needs to make it better. So which is it?
The world isn't black and white. Mr. Trump believes in nuances. He is supported by 88 retired military generals. He believes in making America great again, as he firmly stated during his time up here. And so, although yes, it is important to say that America has one of the best, strongest militaries, that's a fact. But there's also a fact that we can always improve it.
Trump said that his wife is a Russian immigrant, but his wife is from Slovenia. Why do you not know where your wife is from?
It was a mistake. Just a mistake. He's aware of where his wife is from.
Mr. Trump said in his opening statement that he wants to keep this debate civil, but in spite of that, he interrupted multiple times and even talked back to the moderator. Is that Mr. Trump's idea of staying civil?
I was provoked. I came in here with good intentions. I came before all of you with good intentions. but after being constantly provoked by Hillary Clinton and her defamation of myself and my policies, I had to turn to the same tactics she was using.
Hi,
I guess
this
just
is
stay
Andrew.
up here.
Hi, this is
Stay
Andrew
up
from the
here.
Corrupt Media. The book that you are most famous for writing, Mr. Trump, is The Art of the Deal. The ghostwriter of that book, who actually wrote it, is Mr. Tony Schwartz, who's recently come out to be an advisor for the Clinton campaign. He's made such statements as, "I've been putting lipstick on a pig," and "I feel like Dr. Frankenstein." How do you respond to the author of your most famous piece of recognition criticizing you like that?
Well, you said it yourself, this man is working for the Clinton campaign. Obviously, he has an agenda. Mr. Trump has invaluable
I
experience.
apologize,
as
he's
a-
volunteering for the Clinton campaign.
volunteering for the Clinton campaign agenda. Mr. Trump has invaluable experience as a businessman, and obviously he had to know a thing or two to have that book come out.
Mr. Trump has been very openly against the Syrian refugees, often tying them to the ISIS movement. When most of the refugees that are coming in from Syria are documented as women and children, because most of the men are unfortunately either dead or they're fighting, does Mr. Trump still want to keep out women and children from America, or does he think women and children are actually terrorists?
He was very clear about a vetted, clear-cut process is the way to get immigrants in here, no matter where they're from. Women, children, men, it doesn't really matter. It's just about the process and making sure that they're fit to be citizens.
And it's a sad truth, but the fact that we can't deny that have women never been terrorists before? Has a woman never perpetrated an attack? I believe that would be wrong to say. For example, the San Bernardino attacks, there was a woman involved in that. So women, children, whoever is coming over, it's all extreme. Extreme vetting is very important to our national security.
How does Mr. Trump respond to opposition from establishment Republicans like John McCain and Mitt Romney?
From the primary ticket.
And what about his own running mate, Mike Pence?
Could you clarify?
Well, I mean, in the debates, things like Syria, Trump has, said that him and Pence don't even talk that much. They oppose on some things. What about that?
That's good. That's healthy. Wouldn't you want to have multiple perspectives from multiple point of views? People that are running this country, we can't have groupthink. We can't have everyone reinforcing each other's beliefs. Sure, Mr. Trump and Pence disagree on some things, but they can also find common ground on many other issues.
Final question for the Trump team. Does that mean that we're all voting for a Mike Pence president if he's the one coming up with all the policy and ideas and Trump is just campaigning for him?
That's an absurd question. We are voting for Donald J. Trump as our next president. So, can't even respond.
Then I will give you one final question I hope you can respond to. Mr. Trump has been saying that we are going to revitalize the coal industry, the steel industry, industries that are dying all across Pennsylvania and West Virginia. How can we actually bring these industries back when steel and coal are offered at even 1/10 the price overseas in China or just below us from Mexico?
Whatever we decide to do, the importance is to bring the focus back to American jobs. People have lost their livelihoods. People have worked for decades in these industries like coal. And the state's economy in West Virginia has already lost more than 35% of its coal jobs since 2011. What are we going to do with all those people if we don't do something for them, if we don't focus on clean coal to revitalize their economy? And doing business with China is just not what Mr. Trump believes in. He believes in making America great again.
That was our final question for the Trump campaign. We're turning over to the Clinton campaign. Secretary Clinton has seemed to spend most of her campaign attacking Donald Trump on his tax records and things like that, but she's also pushed that he should be taxed more because he is in the top 1%. She also is in that top 1%. Is she prioritizing her taxes over his?
No, Hillary Clinton has actually, the policy states that she wants to place a fair share surcharge on the top 5% of America's wealth. And, you know, when you're making over $5 million, you should pay more tax than a family member who is making less than $85,000 a year. And Hillary Clinton knows that she does fit in that wealthy category and she will pay those taxes. And that's okay because, you know, if you're making more money, you should pay your fair share.
What is Clinton's plan for Guantanamo?